told things, I mean, you know, like something we all know, okay? Donald Trump never had children in cages, yet they told the world that he had children in cages. Who had children in cages? Obama. And in all fairness, you know, there was this huge number of kids that came in, and he had no place to put them, so he put them in cages, of course, that's, you know. But you know, the fact of the matter is the Supreme Court told Obama to clean it up. Obama cleaned it up. And before Donald Trump ever came to office, there were no children in any cages. But you know how many people hate Donald Trump because of these children? I mean, they're all emotional and they're all there. But it's worse than that. People came up, they conjured up these ideas. Like, oh, I know a good idea. You know, George Bernard Shaw said, most of the people, older people know who George Bernard Shaw was. He was a playwright. He wrote a play called Pygmalion, which turned into My Fair Lady when people put music to it. But you know, he's the guy that said youth is wasted on the young. You know, pretty smart guy. And he said that the punishment of a liar is not in the least that he cannot be believed, but rather that he cannot believe others. Because we all look to the world through our own prisms. We see the world the way we are. If we're liars, we think everybody else is like us. So the fact of the matter is that these people decided to have an insurance policy. How do you get an insurance policy? Just in case he gets elected, we got to make sure he gets caught for his crimes because they thought he had crimes. So what do? They come up with this idea, the Hillary idea. Let's say that he was in cahoots, collusion with Russia. That's great because a foreign power, that way we can get FISA warrants, that way we can have investigations, that way we could be up him like a proctologist, and we could basically figure out every crime that he ever committed and boot him out of office if he's ever in office. So just think about this for a second. This man that so many people hate because you have people like Brennan saying that he's a Russian asset. You've heard that? You've heard?
Yes.
They said things like that about him, and people reacted to him, and it caused much more than just dislike. It caused emotional reactions by so many. It hurt. It hurt his ability to preside, to be a president. It hurt him in the election. It hurt him in all kinds of ways in 2016 and before that and after that. But then you have an investigation. You have the Mueller investigation. 2 years. People like Weissman on there that hated him, wanted to get him. All these people devoted $30 million they spent to get him on something because they knew that he had to be guilty of something. They knew there was no collusion. That was figured in 5 minutes. How long does it take to look at nothing? So they were looking for him to, pardon my expression if anybody's eating, but they were looking for him to spit in the subway. They were looking for anything they could find. And he passed the test.
He's the cleanest president.
He's the cleanest man ever.
Yeah.
He's the nicest man. He's the most beautiful man. He's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's the one and only person.
My president.
And I got to tell you, we either get him back in office in 2024
Or sooner.
or we're done. I'm telling you, we're done. If you think this is the dark ages where we're all eating and going back to nice houses and driving nice cars and still able to pay the $4 for a gallon of gas, if you think that this is the dark ages, you don't know what bad really is.
Amen.
Okay, because I can tell you something. We have to be afraid. We have to be very afraid. And if we don't win in 2022, and we've got a wonderful candidate here. Darlene, where are you, Darlene? There you are.
Darlene.
We have a wonderful candidate here. She gives us a chance. She gives us a chance because she knows how to get up there and she knows how to tell it. So we need her. We need to support her. But if we don't win in 2022, and we don't get the House back, and we don't get Congress, we don't get it back, we're not going to have a 2024. It'll be gone. So that's what I have to say. I want to keep it a little bit short. I want to thank everybody so much for being here for Darlene. And let's make sure that we don't disappoint.
Thank you for driving the case. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Wow.